Metaphor. What is a metaphor? Okay, it's a comparison between two things. So if I told you this poem is an extended metaphor, what would that mean to you? An extended comparison. Okay, so extended as far as this entire poem is a comparison. Okay, two people are being compared throughout this entire poem. Who do you think those two people are? Medusa and a woman who feels betrayed. Which one of those is the speaker of the poem? The woman who feels betrayed. Okay, she starts out, the woman who feels betrayed, not Medusa, she starts out by saying a suspicion, a doubt, a jealousy. Okay, that is the first line. Okay, these words are important. Suspicion, doubt, jealousy. Okay, these are the three things that set the rest of this woman's story into motion. Okay, if she's having a suspicion and a doubt, how certain is she that she has been betrayed? Say that again. A little certain. Okay, so uncertain. She is uncertain that she has actually been betrayed at the beginning here. Okay, what type of word is jealousy? It does have a negative connotation. What else? Say that again. What type of noun? Abstract noun. It's a person, place, or thing, but you can't see it or touch it. It is an abstract noun. Okay? This right here, this abstract noun, could potentially have quite a bit to do with the overall meaning of this poem. There in the first line. Okay, she's saying a suspicion, a doubt, a jealousy grew in my mind. What does it mean if something is growing? It's getting bigger. Okay, so these suspicions, these doubts, these jealousies that she is having, they're not getting smaller. They're not staying the same, but they are getting bigger. They are progressing. Okay, and she says these suspicions, these doubts, these jealousies that were going through her mind turned the hairs on her head to filthy snakes. Is her hair literally turning into snakes? No. This is where you have your first allusion to the mythological character Medusa. Okay, but what is it here that she is saying is filthy snakes for her? Her thoughts. Okay, her thoughts. So like instead of her hair growing out of her scalp, her thoughts are growing out of her scalp, and they are in the form of filthy snakes, which we all know Medusa had a head full of snakes. Okay, so this woman is realizing that these negative thoughts are kind of like consuming her. Okay, she's starting to realize that. She says, as though my thoughts hissed and spat on my scalp. What's going on with this last line here? A couple of different things. Say that again. It definitely is. What did you say? Okay. Keep going. Y'all keep throwing ideas out. It definitely is. It is alliteration. Okay, because you have the S sound at the beginning of the word here, and you have the S sound at the beginning of the word here. Okay, but you also have some other S sounds as well. Where do we see the S sounds? And that one's a double S. Okay, so when you speak this line out loud, you hear a lot of S sounds. What makes S sounds? Snakes. Snake sounds. Clever. Yeah. Carol Ann Duffy did that on purpose. This is one of those intentional things that you guys need to be trying to notice. Although that one's difficult to notice if you didn't read the line out loud. If you read it in your head, you probably missed it. That's normal. Okay, so are these just any snakes? Or are they a certain kind of snake? Okay. They're filthy. And they're probably poisonous. I could get behind that. They're not just snakes, they're filthy snakes. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but to me a snake is a snake. I don't like any of them. Okay, they're all going to make my heart rate shoot up, probably make me panic. Okay, but the author of this poem, Carol Ann Duffy, thought it was important to put the descriptive word filthy in front of these snakes. Okay, although in most people's opinions, all snakes are filthy creatures. Okay, so not just normal snakes, filthy snakes. My bride's breath soured, stank. Okay, there are two things going on here in this line. What do y'all think? Okay, two examples of alliteration. Okay, this line also tells us what type of relationship this woman has with this other person that she's going to start mentioning. What is their relationship? Husband and wife. They're married. Because she is referring to her bride's breath. Okay, is she literally meaning here that her breath stinks? No. Okay, pretty much everything in this poem, everything throughout this poem is figurative, meaning not literal. Okay, so these figurative examples that she's using here, they are representative of what's going on with her, not literally what is happening to her. Okay, and then her words are getting more and more gross. Okay, because if someone describes their breath as soured and stank, that's gonna put a look on my face. Like I'm not gonna be able to cover up that reaction. Okay, she also says, gray bags of my lungs. I'm foul-mouthed now, foul-tongued, yellow-fanged. There are bullet tears in my eyes. Okay, as a whole, right here, what type of potential literary device do we have going on here? Say it again. Okay, for sure, yeah. Specifically repetition with foul here. Okay, and repetition of the same word in the same line. Okay, so that's there for a reason. She does refer a lot to her mouth. Addie, what did you say? Hyperbole. She's definitely over-exaggerating everything. I mean, hopefully, anyway. What else do we have going on here? Let me read it one more time. My bride's breath soured stank in the gray bags of my lungs. I'm foul-mouthed now, foul-tongued, yellow-fanged. Okay. We could say that. What else? She could be. When you guys read this stanza, and it's describing these things in details and even telling you the colors of these things, what's going on in your brain? Imagery. Imagery. Okay, so if you have something that is described in detail using descriptive language, it usually will lead you to be able to picture whatever that is that the person is describing in your brain. Like you have a little picture of it. Because I know when she said gray bags of lungs, automatically what popped into my head were two lungs that were not pink or red, they were gray. Like I pictured two gray lungs in my head. Okay, and then the yellow fangs. Like I'm thinking of nasty yellow fangs, which reminds me of nasty yellow teeth, which goes back to her soured, stinky breath. Okay, so lots of imagery here, and it's negative. Okay, because all of this description here, I don't want to picture these things in my head. Okay, but Carolyn Duffy is doing that on purpose, so that her readers do picture these nasty things in their head. Okay, I'm going to draw a line right here. And we're going to talk about why I drew this line here in just a second. Okay, she says there are bullet tears in my eyes. What is a little bit odd about that line? Okay. Bullet. What do we know happens if a bullet is involved? And getting shot, what does that probably feel like? Pain. So bullets cause pain. And sometimes they cause death. Okay, and then Addie pointed out that it says there are bullet tears in my eyes. Not tears pouring out of my eyes, but bullet tears in my eyes. What do we know about the Greek character of Medusa and her eyes? Yeah. If she looks at anything, it's dead. The Greek character Medusa. Now we have this lady here comparing herself to Medusa, and she is saying that her tears are bullets. Okay, so I drew a green line there. Why did I draw a green line there? There's a shift. There's a shift right here. A shift from what to what? Say that again. Okay. So, all of this up here, all of this is describing and about who? Her. Okay, then all of a sudden she says, "Are you terrified?" Who is you? Not us. The husband. Okay, so she shifts from talking about her, and then this is her first mention of him. Okay, this is also, she shifts from making statements to all of a sudden just randomly asking a question. Okay, so she's asking him, after all of this disgusting description that she has used to basically describe her mental deterioration, she just stops and she says, "Are you terrified?" Yeah, I am. I am. Because something is not right here. Okay? But she's not trying to scare me. She's trying to scare the husband. If I were him, I would be scared. Okay? So she asks him this question that's very odd. And then what does she do? She answers it for him. She literally tells him, "Be terrified." Okay. So, this is a warning that something is about to happen. This is also extremely controlling, because how often do you guys go around and tell other people how they should be feeling? Not very often, I would hope. Okay? Because that's not really a thing. Okay, so not only does she ask him, "Are you terrified?" she says, "Be terrified." Okay. And then all of a sudden, she goes from "be terrified," as in like, "I'm trying to scare you, you better be scared of me." "It's you I love. Perfect man, Greek god, my own." What? She's gonna go from saying, "You need to be scared of me right now." You need to be terrified of me right now. But oh my gosh, I love you so much. You're perfect. You're like a Greek god. Okay, so something's not right. Okay? Desperation. Okay, that's a good word. Desperation's a good word. Okay, so what is she doing when she's saying that he's a perfect man and he's a Greek god? She's what? Okay, maybe she's assuring herself. Okay, but is it normal? I hate to ask this question because there is a right or wrong answer to this. Is it normal to think of your partner as something comparable to your God or a God? No. So, let me give you a little bit of context. I know most of y'all don't listen to country. You've made it clear that you hate country, and me playing country makes you miserable. But it is what it is. So, Kane Brown has this song called Worship You. Okay, and he's talking about a girl and basically how just amazing she is that he could worship her. My husband will not let me play that song around him because he thinks it is unacceptable to say and to claim that you are worshiping a person as you would God. So, I mean, this is getting serious. She is getting deep here. So, she's comparing him to a god. She is comparing him to a god. Okay, and I want to say that she is putting him on a pedestal, but I think it goes beyond that. I think she's doing more than putting this man on a pedestal. Obsession is a great word. If you guys don't have that somewhere in your annotations, get the word obsession there. Also, you need to get the word desperation somewhere. You need to be sure that you remember the word jealousy as well. Okay, so she is claiming right here that this man is perfect. Then here she goes, but I know you'll go betray me, stray from home. But wait a minute. She just said he was perfect. Question mark? Confusion is a good word. You can write that down. Okay, she's definitely confused. She's also very contradictory because she can say one thing in one line and then turn around and say the complete opposite in the next line. Yeah. So what is the difference between this verb right here, know, and the verbs that she started out with at the beginning? She started out uncertain at the beginning, which, by the way, was only not very many stanzas ago. And now, all of a sudden, she knows. She is certain. So within not like, 1-2 stanzas, she has gone from being uncertain to completely certain. So whatever it is that's going on up here, it's happening very quickly. Okay, she says, I know you'll go betray me, stray from home. What is the importance of the verb will go? Will go. This is in the future. At this point, she has no proof whatsoever that he has done anything to her. She's saying that she is certain that he will do this in the future. It's just getting worse and worse. Okay, because as far as the future goes, I don't even know what could or couldn't happen, what may or may happen within the next 30 minutes. How does she know, or how does she feel so sure that she knows that he's going to go do this stuff in the future? Okay, so she's getting more and more interesting. She thinks he's going to leave her. No, she doesn't think, she knows. She knows he's going to leave her. She knows he's going to betray her. Okay, what is an abstract concept that we could associate with what's going on with her right now? Say it again. Insecurity is a good one. Add that one if you don't have it. And her insecurity is leading her to it is. Yes, it is. I'm looking for a specific word. Do we not have obsessive on here? Yes, we have obsessive. Y'all, these are good words. Y'all keep saying them. She's definitely toxic. I mean, she's got snakes growing out of her head. She is dependent on him. With her saying that she knows that he's going to go do all this, without having any solid proof that we know of, we could say that she's what? Jumping to conclusions, making assumptions. All of this can be summed up with one word, and it is a good word. Paranoia. There is some definite paranoia going on here. Then she says, "So better by far for me if you were stone." What? She wants her husband, who's perfect and she loves so much, to be stone. In comparison to Medusa, she wants him to literally be a stone. If he's a stone, he can't leave her. He can't walk. He can't breathe. He's dead. He's dead. So she's either meaning she's about to kill him right here, or she doesn't want him to leave. So if she turns him into a stone, he can't walk away and go cheat on her. So she's being very possessive. I don't know if we have that word already. But her saying "my own" also goes along with the idea of possessiveness. And she says this is better for who? Her. Selfish. Man, she is selfish. She ain't worried about him at all. She says she loves him, but she's over here talking about killing him. Yeah, I'd say that's selfish. All right, y'all put your things away. We'll continue tomorrow. All right. I'm going to prevent you before it happens.